So I had this frame sitting here at the farm for a little over a year, and we bolted up the old forces we had on this X7, and this was basically like a product demonstration frame. So what we're gonna do is have a 4-link in the rear, you know, with 2 bars on each side as acts like a 4-link. We thought about doing our Aztec design on one side and then Volt design on the other. With the 2 cradles coming together in the middle, same size and everything, just a little bit different. We have to basically take the leaf springs out, kind of strip the frame a little bit, repaint it, because I don't want to stick a whole lot of money into it. I mean, it's just a rolling frame, but this is going to go to truck shows and other things like that. As you can see, we basically stripped off everything, like all the wiring in the frame and stuff like that. So it's basically a bare frame right now. We have to keep this power steering pump in, otherwise the axle will just fucking sway back and forth, and we wouldn't really want that. We're gonna start taking apart the shocks on each side and then taking the leaf spring out and kind of fabbing that stuff up.
Now you're messing up.
There's still progress going on in the shop. As you can see, we have drywall to put up, plenty of drywall, sinks, cabinets, gotta get a fridge. My next plan is to purchase a welder, a forklift, maybe, I don't know, a TIG machine. Do a little TIGging, learning, practicing, getting better at what I do. But yeah, here's another good look inside the offices. Obviously, break room, office, all stubbed up, ready to basically put sheetrock in. A lot of sheetrock. I don't know how many sheets there is. It's not too bad. We need to make stickers and unload this, put the overlays on. Lgrk overlays that we put on both of them. And then here is our rubber grommets. So there's one grommet in. There we go. Now let's put the other ones on. Okay, now we're gonna put our Lgrk logos on. Do a little drilling on them. It doesn't work. So what are we getting today?
What?
For the YouTube.
Oh, fuck. Fucking air compressor.
Hopefully this shit's frozen. Dude, this thing is fucking junk. So low-key, they took our air compressor and we don't have it.
What the? Fucking wipers.
to make a cradle for this truck, we thought about doing a rear axle truss for the back, and then we talked him into doing some kicker bars. We got to make overlays for these tubes here. We got to make the cradle go around this frame mount. A lot of technical stuff going on here. But yeah, this truck is pretty cool. It runs on like 30-inch rims, 40-inch tires. This thing is absolutely massive. But yeah, really all there is to it is just design work and figuring out where everything goes. But after that, it's pretty simple. CAD work's pretty easy. That's like half the goal. Just taking measurements is about half of it. Dude, you dropped it.
Bend it up.
Put this board back.
Give me my Dr. Pepper too.
No. So we got most of the pallet racking up today. So we're gonna put, obviously, the shipping and all that weird stuff, all the orders that are complete are gonna go here. Brand new welder, as you can see. Finally got a tank for it today. Yeah, we just got a Multimatic 255. It's gonna be a great little welder for us. So now we have to draw up the 2 holes. And you only need one thing. Well, you know, I don't really give a shit. Who's a good little boy? Oh yeah, the spacing is crazy, by the way. Make sure to clean the ground a little bit because metal shavings on your knees do not feel good.
Started. Yeah, you should be able to cinch it. You just gotta get a wrench back there.
Look at what we made. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, I put it together all myself. Alright boys, what do you think? Hey everybody, this is what we're currently working on. We're working on Travis Jr.'s truck right now. So we come down here, we look at the centerpiece of the mini cradle. So basically, your torsion bar brackets bolt on to the outside of the mini cradle. We have the factory holes and everything like that. We use gradient hardware, so we have 2 bolts over here, 2 bolts over here, and then we have 3 bolts going up underneath the frame. This is a C-channel frame, so we can put nuts on the backside and make sure the mini cradle is super tight and sound. On the center of the cradle, to hold the 2 cradles together, we have a bracket that's used with a 3/8 bolt. And then once we fit everything and make sure everything fits, we can take that to powder coat, get it powdered, reassemble it, put it back on the truck with the polished overlays, and send it back to the customer. We're gonna take this off, move this out of the way, and then grab the factory or the aftermarket drop bracket. We're gonna put it back in, and I gotta crank up the jack a little bit. That was easy as shit. And there we go. So now we're gonna tighten everything up on the torsion bar bracket first, and then we will cinch it up to the frame. Not using a big ass impact for these, just because it's temporary. Each side of the mini cradle has 7 bolts, and they're all 1/2 inch. These are 4 1/2 inch bolts. There's bolts holding it together still, apart from the actual torsion bar bracket. That's also holding the cradle together. It looks sweet. I wish this cradle was more center with the frame. There's not much you can do just because it's way in the front here. I could make that cradle 4 foot, but at the same time, like, I can literally, I don't have to remake the traction bars, don't have to make them shorter. I can simply bolt up a 6-foot traction bar to this cradle and it'll work just fine. Obviously, I probably could make the cradle an inch or 2 more, but simple design flaws and figuring out beforehand, because really, you take this, you know, you 3D scan this truck, you put it into a CAD model, and some of the hole measurements are a little bit off. Normally I take measurements and make sure. Obviously our cradle bolts up. These bolts I got right first try. It fits this the first try, everything like that. Everything fits. I will have to get longer heim joints for the traction bars, but that is it. When I bolted everything up, I think I was 1 inch off, which really isn't that bad. And I overestimated on the traction bar heim joint, just so it's out like 1 inch. Because you don't want a heim joint when you put on a traction bar. You don't want a heim joint all the way in, just because it's weaker basically. Like, there's a breaking point in the heim joint. So you have to make sure everything, you know, has leeway, if you will. Other than that, the bracketry on both sides is already on. I already got the other side done, and this side is done as well now. So I can take the jack out of here, move on to buffing small parts, putting my tools away. Another thing I'd like to mention is we're coming up with a new design of coil plates. I think we're gonna make them all, you know, with the strut plates and the coil plates being a different size, the overlay. I think we're gonna make them around the same size, make it more of a rectangular design rather than like squarish, like the coil plates. The coil bucket plates look really good. Our Dodge ones are the same as the Super Duties, the F250 coil plates. So we're gonna make them similar in the near future. I think that's the next goal. The other goal is to complete this shop, finish up our Volt Design traction bars that we finally restocked, and other things like that. So, but yeah, a little nitpick around the shop and stuff like that. I gotta get mud flap, kickback mud flap shipped out for you guys. Just been working on this truck for a little bit. So also, this was the original drawing for the mini cradle.